Hi there people, this video is all about Ice Wyrm weave. So now I have tutorials for all basic worms on my channel. First of all, I will show you how to make a chain. There it is. Nice chain made of brass and aluminum. And after that we will make also a donut. So let's start. Well, okay, now let's talk a little bit about rings. For this weave I use brass and aluminum rings. So wire diameter is 1 millimeter. Inner diameter of the rings eight millimeters. So AR is equal 8, and it's best and optimal AR for an Ice Wyrm weave. Also, if you don't have appropriate rings for Ice Wyrm weave, then just check my Etsy shop. Link is in the description. Well, let's start. All worms should be started with a full Persian weave. So to start this weave we need 4 closed rings and 2 open rings. Let's close this ring. Nice and clean. Okay, now let's take another open ring and put it inside 4 closed rings, like that. And close it too. Dear friends, I have very important information for you. Now I don't only make great chainmail tutorials, but I also make great so-cut jump rings. So if you wanted to support my channel and my activities, just check link in the description and buy some rings from Mechanical Brain. They are nice. Okay, that's a basic element. Let's put rings together like that, and then take this unit like that. Our next ring will go between these 2 rings and through these 2 rings. There. So let's take an open ring and put it at the place. There it is. Now let's close it. Nice. And let's put another ring in the same way. Here. and let's close it too. Now the most interesting part. We got to add some captive rings, or orbital, maybe partly orbital, partly captive, I don't know. Well, that's our full person element. Let's squeeze it like that. And what do we see here? We see 4 crosses. That's the first one, the second, the third, and the fourth. So 2 crosses up and down, and 2 crosses on the right and on the left. So our next ring will go under the right cross and under the left cross, and over upper one and this one. So it will be like that. Inside, over, inside, and over. And now let's close the ring like that. And now we must double this ring and put another ring through the same way. Here, here, and now let's close it. What next? Next we must add another element of full person. Let's take 2 open rings. One ring will go here, here. Like that. And second one will go here. Like that. Now let's take some more open rings and our rings will go between these 2 rings and inside these 2 rings, this one and this one. Like that. Let's close this ring and let's put another one here. Chick, 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 chick. Nice. So let's squeeze our full person element again, and as you can see we again have some 4 crosses. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's check our previous rings, orbital and captive. You see they go inside of these 2 rings. So at this step our orbital rings should go not inside but over the left rings. If they should go over the left rings, then they should go inside these 2 rings, like this, inside, inside, now over and inside again. passed some time since I made the last video, so my vocabulary is quite bad. So I'm sorry for that, guys and girls. But I hope that you will forgive me, because English not my native language. Of course, I know it, I can understand, but I don't need to speak a lot in English, so some words are missing. Well, I finished with these two captive rings. And now the next step will be adding another full person element, and then you should put two rings through the way the same to this one, to the first step. And after that you should again add a full person, and the way of these rings, these two rings and these two rings, should be switched every time. So at the end you will have a chain that will look like that. I think that's all about the weaving. So now let's talk a little bit about doughnuts. I think that this is the most difficult part of the video. Let's go. Here is our doughnut. It consists of 15 chain elements. I will write down it here, 15. Every element consists of 6 rings, 4 rings for full person and 2 rings for captive or orbital rings. So total amount of rings for this doughnut is 90. First of all, you got to make a chain made of 14 elements, and the 15th element will be the connector, and we'll connect it separately. Well, okay, let's start the connection of the edges. So I will use different rings for better representation. Okay, first of all we will need one open ring and 2 closed rings. So this opened ring will go here. Like this. Now let's take 2 open rings. Oh, sorry, closed. And let's put them here, like that. Now the other side. Our ring opened will go here. Nice and clear. So now let's close the ring. So you see, I've closed this ring, and now we are taking another open ring, and our ring will go here, here. Then after that it will go through these 2 rings here and close to this brass ring here. Nothing complicated at all. So here, now inside here and here. Now let's close the ring. Well, okay, now things are getting a little bit more complicated, but anyway, let's proceed. Now, as you can see, our next ring will go through these two aluminum rings, this one and this one. Then it will go through this brass ring and also through these two aluminum rings, this one and this one there. And after that, again through the lower brass ring, and then also through these two rings, but at the other side there. After that, the ring will go inside of these two rings here, and through these two rings, this one and this one here. Okay, let's try to put a ring inside. This wire should be taken away here, here, here for some time. Okay, you see, I have just put this ring through the way that I just described. And now it will go through these two rings, but I have to close this ring a little bit like that to make it easier to put it through these two rings. Okay, see, here is an end of the ring, and now it should go here in this ring and also in this ring, like that. Okay, now let's close this ring. Well, okay, the last ring should be placed in its place. Usually it's the most complicated part, but I will show you how to make it easy. So let's start. First of all, let's switch the position and let's see the path of our ring. So the ring should go through these two rings, aluminum rings, then inside these two rings, through these two rings, and then here, the same path as this ring. So we have to close it at the bottom, because there is more place to close, and here it will be very complicated to do, because the ring will go through these two rings. So the first thing that we have to do is to put our ring here through the most complicated amount of rings. Let's do it. Whoa, this thing is far away from my eyes, so I will just put it in and then we'll proceed. Just trust me, it's easy. it's not very complicated because we already have this ring here, so it's not a problem. Well, so our ring is at its place. It's the first part of its path. Now we got to move it through these two rings. So how to do it? I will do it that way. Pull it a little bit away, and then it goes pretty easy through these two rings. Great. Then the path should be here. The ring should go through this ring and also through this ring here. Not a big deal. Let's do it. 1. See? And 2. Here. So, congratulations, you got an Ice Wyrm doughnut. And of course, let's close the ring. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for... That's all for today, my friends. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice day. Bye bye, see you next time.